All right, this is your boy Taco Burger with Taco Burger News, and it looks like we had the Assassin's Creed Shadows release on Switch 2. Now, this is a port of the original game, and it looks like it did not do very well. Let's have a look into this. So, high hopes, low performance. Assassin's Creed Shadows is struggling under brand new on the brand new Nintendo Switch. This failure is amplified because the console was supposed to solve third-party port problems. So the thing is, we have really high expectations for the Switch's 2 power output. It's supposed to be significantly more powerful than the Switch. And to see that it's not handling this port too well is actually quite shocking. You know, they were talking about putting Grand Theft Auto 6 on here and you can't handle Assassin's Creed? The technical failures being reported: muddy textures, aggressive pop-in, inconsistent frame rates. They're often dropping well below 30 frames per second, and heavily downgraded draw distance. This is not a launch title, but still looks bad. So yeah, I mean, like, the muddy textures is just unexcusable, and anything below 30 frames per second should not be playable. I mean, that's called put it back on the shelf so we can work on it situations. That doesn't make sense. In 2025, you should not be playing below 30 frames per second. I mean, just to put it in perspective, PlayStation was running at 60 frames per second way back in the early 90s. So for you to be regressing that far back and also having muddy texture, so it's not even like the frame per second drop started to serve a better purpose with the graphics. It's just really a bad look. So this port failure immediately brings back painful memories of disastrous Switch ports, specifically the launch state of The Witcher 3 and other games that suffered massive downgrades. So for the future of the Switch, do you think this sets a bad precedent? I mean, because if you look at it, you don't want to bring back old memories, especially when you're asking for significantly more money. Like, Nintendo's been very serious about how much they want their system sold for. I don't know if you can really demand that price point if you're not able to keep up with the demand of 2025. Because the thing about it is, you have to understand that you have to be on a certain level. People don't want to play worse versions of games on a new system when these games have already been done already. We want to, if possible, be wowed by new improvements to the game. Now, I know that's not necessarily possible with the Switch 2 just due to hardware limitations, but coming out worse, significantly worse, and I think there would have been some type of leniency if it just didn't look as good. So while the game is playable, paying full price for this level of performance on new hardware is unacceptable. Are you buying Assassin's Creed Shadows on Switch 2, or are you waiting for a price drop? So yeah, just really think about it. Will you be buying it or will you not be buying it? If you're a big fan of Assassin's Creed and you just want it on the go, depending on how Game Pass goes, you might be able to play it on cloud gaming, and I'm sure you can get away with a little bit of lag there. But no, this is just unacceptable. I wouldn't even buy it on sale. 30 frames per second, under 30 frames per second. I don't even like playing games that are 30 frames per second. They literally feel like a slideshow to me. That's how far I've come with my frames per second viewing ability. Like, 30 frames per second feels like a slideshow. Why would I want to play something like that? Well, anyway, this has been your boy Taco Burger with Taco Burger News. Like I said, get in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. That's right, 500 subscribers. Such a huge number, but I think we're just big enough to do it. What do you think? Let's go ahead and hit that button and see. Anyway, this is your boy Taco Burger, and we're out.